certain person's had me stressing this morning. As if I haven't had enough of a tough week with horses. You're galloping around on a turnout pen for no reason and trying to itch like a crazy man. The chestnut thing has been in a foul mood all week and I don't seem to be able to do anything to make it happy. It's just angry. You got cast last weekend. She was busy eating. When he was cantering around his turnout pen this morning and getting his... Where are you? There you are. And your knickers in the right chest. I was thinking, no, I can't deal with this. What is the matter? Anyway, I didn't quite know what's going on with him this morning, but he very itchy. Like the itchiest I've seen him in quite some time, like trying to slam his backside up against the sides of the turnout pen and all that. So I don't know if he's been bitten by a midgie and now he's having a pissy fit about it. I don't know whether he is actually just a bit nervous about going to a show. He does get very nervous. At 22, he seems to be getting more nervous. Thanks, Coop. But his skin feels quite itchy. But interestingly, most up here, this I don't think is reins, because I haven't schooled him in over a week now, and when we hack, we don't pick up Coop's reins. We go on the end of the buckle, so the reins aren't even anywhere near that. So I think this is him. I think he is rubbing like mad in the turnout pen. Interestingly, not this side, the other side of his neck feels quite warm. He had a couple of splashes of water on it. I feel like that was enough to like send him into a frenzy. Sometimes I think he's allergic to water, you know. I don't know. Anyway, they look horrendous, don't they? I mean, they just look awful. And everyone's going to assume that it's rain rubs. And I'm 100% it's not. 100%. Even though it looks like it. They're getting worse every day. And like I say, he hasn't been schooled in over a week. And when we hack him, he is on the end of the buckle. So I'm thinking, it's not rain rubs. You're a pain in the backside. I nearly thought we weren't going. I was thinking, I can't take him if he's this like wound up. But I brought him into the yard. He's got some hay now. He seems settled. So I'm hoping that you're all right, because we lost money last time we went to go to a show because you weren't happy. But I don't want to lose another 50 quid. Can't afford it. Anyway, I'm meant to go to Burrows Court today. I'm feeling a little stressed now. Thanks, Coop. Anyway, I'm going to carry on and finish getting him ready, loading up the truck, and I'm sure I'll talk to you more about it on the way. Certain person is plaited. He seems a lot happier now. He's been happily munching away while I plaited him. Not my greatest plait. Oh no, that's a massive heat there. But, I'm not going to see very well in this sun, but we actually do have plaits all the way down the mane, which we haven't had in quite some time, have we? Yes? Have you got a problem? Anyway, right, I really need to do some tidying up. I haven't quite decided what to do about his very rubbed tail. Do I try plaiting that? Probably, I might be able to get away with plaiting those bits. Might see in a second. Right, to sweep up, then I need to give him a good groom. I think you can go. I think you're all right. And whatever stressed you out this morning, you seem over it, so that's good. Actually, I've just sprayed it, managed to get a tail plait in. I don't think that bad for someone who hasn't done one in a very long time. And obviously couldn't take a centrepiece, had to take it off to the side to do it. However, it's not going to make the journey, because it was so short, the pieces where he'd rubbed along the top here, that, you know, that literally hanging in by a thread. So I don't think it's going to make a journey, but so if I've got time when I get there, I'll give it another shot. But it does at least hide the big bald patches, so I might have to do it again when we get there. But I don't think that's so bad, especially when the horse had a bog brush for a tail. Welcome to Burrows Court warm-up arena. We only had 3 in the first class and 4 in the second class. It was a very quiet day. I thought I'd take you through a little bit of my warm-up routine. I think it's quite important to have a good plan for your warm-up. Now, obviously, it may differ on the day depending on the mood of your horse, but it's good to kind of have a good idea of what you want to do to get your horse warmed up to its best. So I do quite a lot in walk, because obviously with Coop being an older horse, it does take a little bit of time to warm him up. I then do quite a bit in stretchy trot, again, just trying to loosen him up. He does come out quite stiff now that he's that bit older. So I'm trying to just get him to sort of start to swing through his body, get him stretching over his
his back, really again just warming those muscles up. Then I tend to drop back to walk with him, and I'll do some lateral work and walk. It's quite important for me that I don't do too much with him in the warm-up. I don't want to knacker him, so I will do more lateral work in walk than trot, just to try and savour some of his energy. But obviously I'm really trying to get him to supple up a bit, because he is fairly stiff now, bless him. So lots of lateral work, lots of flexion, both directions on both reins. Then we do a little bit of medium trot, so just getting him nice in front of my leg. I want to feel that he's, when I put leg on, that he goes forward, and then when I sit back and collect him, he comes back. Lots of transitions. Coop can start off a little bit rude, so he'll be a bit like, I don't really want to listen to you. So I do a lot of transitions to just get him kind of just starting to respond to me, listening to my aids, and just kind of just being with me rather than in his own little world. So again, lots of back and forth within the canter as well as the trot, just so that I know that he's off my leg aids, in front of my leg, and listening to me. But as I say, I really try and keep it as chilled as possible and don't do too much in the warm-up, because I want him to savour his energy. This was the first test, elementary 44, where he got 69%. I'm not going to show all the tests, because otherwise that's a little bit boring. In the warm-up ring for the second test, really now I'm just making sure I'm keeping him focused, keep him listening to me. He didn't have very long in between his tests. Again, lots of transitions, just really making sure that he's still on the ball. Our second test was elementary 59, and we got 68%. Again, I've only added a few clips of the test.
Hi guys, I am hiding in the truck because it's raining outside. It's very grey now. It's so gorgeous this morning, but it's gone very grey and it's raining. We haven't seen the rain for a while. Anyway, I haven't really caught up with you much throughout the day. It was sort of one of those days where there just didn't seem much time to pick up a camera and vlog. And my mum's not really into it. She feels quite uncomfortable holding the phone out, even just videoing me warming up. So I can't ask too much from her. Anyway, I think she did do both tests at least. So, and I think I did see her pick it up a few times for the warm-up. My favourite thing is though, it's like when you're doing like some good movements and you look down, she's not got the camera out. And then as soon as you're like just walking around a long range, she's got the camera out. I'm like, I don't need this bit. Bless her. Anyway, do you know what? Today was a good day in that Coop, bless him, comes along. I don't know when we last competed. Was it November? Either November or very beginning of December. I think it was November though. I haven't schooled him for at least a week. And he comes out and he still gives you great scores. Like, you know, I did elementary 44, elementary 59. So elementary 59 is the regional test, which is what I wanted to go and practice. And elementary 44, he got 69% in, and elementary 59, he got 68%, which actually for him are really two good scores. You know, there's not much to fuss about there. You know, he was getting those kind of scores like 3 years ago. So it's good. However,
for me, the feeling I got through his body and down the rein was a horse that didn't really want to be there. And let's be honest, I did retire him over a year and a half ago. Promised I'd never make him go to another show again. And then last year I made him go to some shows. So, his body feels tired, even though he's quite fit, even though he's being fed lots. His body I could just feel it. There's no collection there anymore. And there's no power. And so when you're trying to get him round a test and you need a little bit of collection, when it's not there, it makes riding the test quite hard. And that elementary 59, it comes thick and fast throughout it. And I did feel like I was starting to have to kind of nag a little bit at him, going, come on, keep going, no, don't stop just it, because he was going around the canter going, should we have a walk? And I was thinking, no, not yet. And he's like, and walk now? And I'm like, nope, keep going. And I just, reality kicked in, and I was like, I can't keep making him do this. This is so unfair of me, and I'm being really greedy making him go out. So even though he's still, I think it makes it harder that he still gets fairly decent scores. I can't keep doing it to him. I feel really awful. So we will go to Wellington, we will do our regionals, and then we will call it a day. He's been such an amazing horse for me that I'm being unfair to keep asking him to keep producing good tests and so on. And for me, it's hard to ride a test when you are, I feel like I'm stuck in second gear and I really need like a fourth gear on him, and it's not there. He hasn't got it to give anymore. So I guess I feel a little sad, but I shouldn't do, because I've had so many good times on him, and this was only an extra bonus anyway. So I just need to be fair to him and do what's right for him. And this time I need to semi-retire him and not put him back out and take him back to dressage, because he doesn't want to do it. I bet if I took him cross country, he'd be happy though. Anyway, yeah. So, and the second test was literally just a class of pros. They weren't big classes there at all today. In fact, the first class, I think there was only 3 of us and 2 were silvers. And in the 59, we had a GB dressage rider. In fact, were they all Grand Prix riders? I don't know about the third person. Certainly 2 of them were very, very high scoring Grand Prix riders. Obviously on young horses, but that doesn't matter. Oh gosh, some stunning horses today. Like, I'm watching them and I'm like, beautiful horses. Lovely. It's one of my favourite things when you go to dressage and you get to see pros on their young horses and you just watch them and I'm like, right, Sienna, when we get home, pull your socks up, girl. So he held his own. I thought he did jolly well, really. The mistakes that we make are the same mistakes he makes for the last 3 or 4 years. He's never been great at leg yield. He finds it hard. He isn't the greatest at medium trot, and they were particularly poor today because I think there was a lack of power. But other than that, you know what? He does a really sweet test. All his canter work, especially in 59, was very good. The simple changes were good. So I'm very happy. He's pulled out the bag again for me. Obviously, I should say I did win my 59 test, but there was just me in the class. So I was winning whatever score I got. But even so, I was very happy with the 68%. I thought that's not a bad score at all. So, roll on to the regionals. Sienna, I will give a quick update on Sienna. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I think she's fine. I have actually ridden her. And she's been out for a hack. She's done a lot of galloping in the field. She seems obsessed with galloping in the field at the moment. She's been so good ever since I turned her out. She spends more time galloping than anything else. So fingers crossed she's had a really lucky escape. The swelling has gone down. So I think it was just the cuts that had caused the puffiness. So yeah, fingers crossed. But now it's time. We need to get this ball rolling and, need to start thinking of Sienna's future and the fun that we can have there, and let Corporal have his retirement that he jolly well deserves, and not keep pulling him out of retirement and making him continue to do dressage because he doesn't want to do it anymore. Anyway, I'm going to leave this vlog here. Thank you very much for watching, and see you guys again soon.